All right there, ladies and gentlemen, 90.5 FM, WPEA, Paul Joyce here, and that was I Couldn't Keep From Crying by my grandfather, New England country music legend Paul Cloutman, and now he's kind enough to join me right here on the program. Please welcome New England country music legend Paul Cloutman. Grandpa, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I got you, Paul Edwin. You're coming in good up here in the hills.
Oh, thank you. It's such a true honor to have you here on the show.
Well, thank you. I don't put myself, up with these other people, but maybe if things had gone differently, I might have been able to make Nashville,
Well, you did quite a bit, and I guess let's start back towards the beginning, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, a good place to start, I guess.
And so, now you grew up on a farm in Massachusetts, correct?
Yeah, we had a little, everybody rented in those days. I think it was 365 acres. But it was mostly woodland and fields, pasture and stuff, and all the woods and farms and all through the area and up to what we call Bald Hill. Me and my dog, we just lived in the woods and and outside all the time. Just loved the farm.
And now you were fascinated by cowboys and Western music at an early age, weren't you?
Yeah, I took the cowboys right away as soon as I found out what they were. It just seemed to be something that came to me. I just wanted to be cowboy.
And would you say you developed that love from mostly radio programs that you used to listen to?
Well, yeah, of course we had no TV, and there were a few radio programs. Gene Autry would be on sometimes with a story, and Roy Rogers, and of course Lone Ranger. He didn't sing, but they had some good Western stories,
And so those were your favorite cowboys?
Yeah, there was 3-4 of them. I liked them all. I love the music, the Western music. It was called Western, not. We used to call it in the East here, they call it hillbilly, but really it was like country Western,
Yeah, and you listened to a lot of, Western music, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, a lot while young, but there really wasn't actual, country hillbilly music in New England, was there?
No, there wasn't, no. The Sons of the Pioneers, they were a great cowboy outfit, too. But hillbilly music, real country, you couldn't really get it up north here for a long. It took a long time to get up here, and you couldn't even hardly buy the records. They didn't even have. They didn't carry records. Nobody, just wasn't recognized up here. After the war, if you wanted to buy some real country stuff, because everything was recorded in New York City in those days. Nashville didn't record. They had no recording studios that early, so everything was recorded in New York. But we didn't get the records much up here. You had to really hunt for them. But you could find like Roy Acuff, and first 3 records I ever had were Roy Acuff and Ernest Tubb and good old Tex Ritter. I think I still got them tucked away here somewhere with the rest of this old stuff,
So what kind of music did you mostly listen to while growing up before you found the country stuff?
Well,
Other than Western.
We had, you had, in those days, you had Frank, but of course Bing Crosby was number one, right? Frank Sinatra, and Perry Como came along. But I always liked string music, especially Celtic music, the old Irish Celtic song where they have the mandolin, they have the guitars and the fiddles, and that old Celtic fiddle, and I always liked that, and that kind of drew me when I first heard a country song. I think the first song I ever heard was Roy Acuff and the Wabash Cannonball, and right away I knew I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Man, that's good music. I like that." It was hard to find.
And so you grew up during World War II, and so wasn't it even hard to find a record player to play records on?
Oh yeah, everything was war material. And just by luck one time, I must have been put away in the back room or something. I found a place that had they only played single records. The whole rig looked like a suitcase. Probably a lot of the people probably remember them. But you only could play one record at a time, and the needle would go back, and you have to put it back on and put it on again. You know, it was no automatic. So I bought it anyway. I think I paid $40-some odd for it, which was
a lot of money
like
back
$400.
then.
Yeah, like $400 today. But that's how I got started. I wore them out. I wore those records out. And as I played them, I learned them, you know, and I said, man, I really like this stuff, you know.
So how old were you when you bought your first country records?
Well, teens, upper teens probably, you know. I don't know exactly, but upper teens. And I started, you know, really trying to buy them. I couldn't get them half the time. The record store would order me something, but once in a while I go to Boston in the old, big old Sears building there. And they could order them, or they had quite a stock of them. They had some country stuff that you could get that you couldn't get anywhere else, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd go up, and when I could, I'd go up and buy 8 or 10, you know, at a time, and play them out, take them home, play them out, and learn them. But my brother liked them too, and we kind of got saying, he's a really too bad we didn't play guitar, you know. So my brother Dave, said he liked to take guitar, you know. So I went out and bought my first guitar, a Gibson flat top. Paid $75 for it, which was big money, like I say, in those days. But in those days, you didn't have a credit card. You either paid by cash, or you paid on it, like $1, $2, $2, $3 a week, you know.
Installments.
Yeah, that's the way I used to do it. Every week, pay him a couple of dollars. He got the guitar anyway. Dave took a couple lessons, maybe a dozen lessons from Doug Cloyd. He was one of the best guitarists in the Northeast ever. And so when Dave wasn't playing it, fooling around with the thing, I'd pick it up, you know, and start trying to see if I could pick up a few chords or something. So I said, well, you know, this isn't going to work, so we need another guitar. So I went down and bought another one the same, like almost like twins, you know.
Matching guitars.
So, because he was much more of a natural. He was like you. He could pick it up and play it with effortlessly, you know. It just seemed to be able to pick up and play it. Me, I work on the chords, you know, and different rhythms and stuff. I could play all right. I could play any key, you know, on any basic stuff, but I couldn't do any of that fancy stuff like you and Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave used to do. Dave started on most of these records. It's just me and Dave, and he's playing steel, which he took to. He more or less taught himself steel, I think. But like I say, they just didn't have the. It just didn't. Country music just wasn't known up here, you know.
So.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask you, how long after you started learning how to play the guitar did you sing along with your guitar playing?
You have to learn a few chords to put together, you know, to make a song and know where the heck they were going. So as I learned, as I learned a few chords, because I knew the songs anyway. I knew all the songs, so I didn't have to learn the songs. I just had to learn to play the guitar to go with the song. Because
you had learned the words and melody just from singing along with them, right?
Oh, yeah. So then we started working on Dave and I together, you know, and